I've always been a fan of the Japanese culture. I mean, especially fishing and the fishing culture. JDM Tackle is so unique. They have such different ways of looking at stuff. I mean, they're bass crazy just like we are here, but they have some really oddball baits and techniques. But a lot of times, some of the best things come over from Japan. I mean, you could think of a million things that have originated there. I mean, just look at the drop shot for one. But they have a different spin on things, and that includes their tackle. Like these two items that are getting a little bit of buzz. You may have heard about them. They seem really crazy, but I'm gonna see if I can catch any fish on them on Lake Austin in Texas. The first one, I heard about this earlier this year and I thought it was a joke. I mean, this is the O.S.P fuzzy dice, and just like it sounds, it is a little dice or die, I guess. And it's a little cube of plastic with skirt material coming through it. So it's really different looking. I don't know what a bass would think that is, but I've seen videos of other people using this and catching fish. Maybe it's just because it's so unique that a bass will bite it, and maybe bass are just not as smart as we think they are. The next one is equally as bizarre, and this is the Jackall Driftcrab. So I like that on there. It says it has a bewitching drift action. These things also stink really bad. It was sealed, I opened it, I could smell it before I even opened the package fully. But this is it. This is the Driftcrab 45. I really don't know how I'm gonna fish this thing, but I'm gonna try to catch a fish on this. The one good thing about both these baits and these bass in Lake Austin, I am sure they have not seen many crabs or dice flying by them. So something different, something unique, and I'm gonna try my best to catch fish on both of them right now. All right, so I'm on the lake. Here's what happened. So the fuzzy dice, whatever you want to call it, it's crazy looking bait, but it gets so many bites. It's unreal. Like it seemed like every time I threw it out there, something was eating it. The bad thing is, mostly it was bluegill. I mean, I fished it for about an hour, and I probably caught a dozen bluegill and 2 bass though, but small ones. But it was amazing. You throw it out there, it doesn't sink too fast, but it's just enough, and it just kind of floats around. It's really bizarre looking, but things were pecking it left and right. So definitely appeals to bluegill, but then again, bluegill will eat a bare hook. So I mean, that's not really a good sign. But I did catch 2 bass. Again, nothing big, but I think it has potential. That's the best I can say. I'm not giving up on the fuzzy dice. I'm fishing in December, the first day of December. Probably couldn't tell because I got a t-shirt on, but a nice pleasant day here in Texas. But I think springtime, when the majority of those fish are up shallow, you could probably do some real damage with this bait. Now, I don't know if it's better than a Senko or anything else, but that slow fall, I think probably is something. There's something there. Switching over to the drift crab. I mean, I started fishing this, and you'll see here, I mean, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know how to rig it, and I had to Google it because it is so bizarre. So I ended up putting it on a wacky rig hook, weedless wacky, drew it around. This thing falls very slowly. So I didn't catch anything on this. I fished it for about a half an hour, and then I actually broke off, skipped under a dock, and just, it happens. So I didn't bother retying, but the one thing I noticed, even though it was a different area, I didn't have quite the interest from the bluegill. Again, that's not the best sign of anything, but it's a really unique bait that kind of drifts. If you cast it out and it falls, it doesn't just fall, it kind of slides over. So there's no doubt it will catch fish. But I'm still not sold on the drift crab. Again, maybe I just need to give it more chance, better situation, better area, better time of year. There's a lot of reasons why I didn't catch anything on it. But I mean, the dice, I did catch something on it. So it's bizarre baits, and it just kind of makes you think all the baits that we use, how much we try to make everything so natural, and we try to match the hatch and all this stuff, and then you go out and catch fish on a piece of dice. I mean, a rubber dice with the legs coming out of it. So there you go. That's my experience with that. I didn't give it a full shot at the best time of year, best lake, things like that, but I know these 2 baits will catch fish. If you want to try something new, check them out.